All right, friends, let's get things going with our foam roller. Again, I'm using something that's a little more perforated for my body. This is the most effective for my back, for my legs, for my shins, for my quads, for my glutes. Pretty much this friend is my best friend. But if you are new to foam rolling, which maybe you are, maybe you aren't, you can also find a solid black one that has no perforation marks. It's just a solid foam rubber roller cylinder type of foam roller that you can use, and you can get that at most any and every athletic store or a place that sells athletic equipment. So without any further ado, let's get things going. So I'm going to start with my back, and generally speaking, the reason why I start with my back, if you're a person who doesn't frequently do foam rolling, I like to start with my back because it makes me engage my core the most. And as I start engaging my core, I want to make sure that I also start warming up my voice. So you are more than welcome to do this with me. If you are a dancer or a singer or an actor, you definitely should be doing the vocal exercises with me as we do this foam rolling. But if you are not only new to foam rolling, but new to vocalization, just explore this as you will. But I do think that the vocalization is going to help you out too, friends. So here we are. I am starting with the foam roller at the small of my back so I can be sitting up as tall as humanly possible. And now I'm going to lift up my hips and slightly roll back. So let me just do that one more time so you can see that. I am bringing myself up a bit, leaning myself back, keeping my feet nice and planted in front of me. My belly button is towards my spine, and rolling away we go. Again, similar to what we did with rolling out our feet, I'm gonna go nice and slow. Slow and steady wins the race when you are rolling. The thing that I see so often is artists and athletes rolling like so fast, like it's not a sprint. Like, take your time. As you can see, I'm going a little bit higher with this foam roll. I'm going up towards my neck, working through the trapezius, right? The trapezius is that top part of your back. It's where many dance teachers will refer to this as your wings, right? So it's that center upper back, and I'm moving in towards my neck. And as you can see, I'm starting to turn slightly because for me, I can feel a little bit of knots or pressure there. So I want to release some of that tension, or I want to release some of that built up pressure that's just like making itself into little knots. Oh, okay, there we go. And you spend a moment there. When you need to, I'm gonna start to face a little bit upstage, but I'll keep talking to you. As you feel those knots, stop. Take a moment, gently roll backwards and forward. See, like there, I feel like one right here. It's right on the right side of my trapezius. And I'm slowly but surely rolling that out. As you can see, I'm starting to flex through my feet so I can have a little bit more push and pull through the lower body to help with moving slowly through those tender spots. And now I'm back. As you can see, my hands are here on my lower abdominal wall, but you could also have them off to the side. Listen to your body. Beautiful. So now I just get to readjust. I get to lower those hips. I get to bring my body all the way up, right? Oh, we did some upper back work. Okay. Oh, okay, upper back. Wow. It was feeling it, honey. So now we set it up again. And when I say it was feeling it, there was some tension up in there. But this is the reason why we make contact with ourselves first before we go and do the work. Because if I didn't do this, and then I went into a rehearsal or I went into a Zoom meeting where I'm sitting upright all day long and I continue to have that pressure over time, that becomes deficiencies in how my range of motion shows up, right? So we don't want that, right? Let's make contact with ourselves before we go and do the work of other people. Let's make contact with ourselves, yeah? Let's do our work. Here we are. So I'm resetting everything back up because I want to get more into my mid back and my lower back and then on into my glutes. So I'm going to sit back a little bit further. Now I'm on the top part of my glutes and I'm going to put my hands off to the side and then let my fingertips turn backwards. My belly button is still in towards my spine so that I can get the lower part of my latissimus dorsi or my lats. And I'm just gently rolling back and forward. This is facing towards you, which is my left side. And I'm gently going back and forth. And I'm going to reset it up again because you're rolling, so things are going to start to lengthen you out. You don't want to get yourself into a full plank just yet. This is still the warm up, right? This is still making contact at the very beginning of your work for the day. So I'm doing the same thing here. My fingertips are facing backwards or away from the rest of my body. My hips are still lifted nice and high, but I still can apply as much or as little pressure on my lats as I need to as I'm doing this rolling. Nice. Okay, cool. And as you are finding your own sense of range of motion, that flexion through the feet is something you can also play with as well, yeah? So you saw like I just scooched back. This is where the play of the roll happens, right? Doesn't have to be exactly like me, but it is an opportunity for you to start making contact with your roll, yeah? I'm gonna readjust again, lift my hips up. Feet are now totally flat. Hands are off to the side. It's glute work, baby. Yeah, I'm already letting those knees turn towards the camera. And just side note, you may see a guest appearance of my dog. Okay, he's amazing. His name is Tag Pringle. Oh, he's not gonna come into the camera right now. Okay, that's fine. But if you see a guest appearance by a sweet little doggy, that's my four-legged son, Terrence Tag Pringle. He's 10 years old and he's adorable. Oh, okay. So there's a good spot there on my glutes. I'm just gonna hang out here for a moment. If you like to do running, if you are a runner, yeah, if you do a lot of stationary bikes, right? If you like to do indoor cycling, you may feel your glutes more. Particularly on the outsides, that glute medius, that glute minimus. Oh boy, you are probably going to feel rolling in these spots more if you are a runner and if you like to do indoor cycling. So spend some time there, spend some love there. Also, not for nothing, when you're dancing, I'm going to turn myself to the opposite side just so you can see and I can talk to you and, you know, look at you when I talk to you. So I'm just going to turn to the opposite side here. But you'll notice when you're dancing, you got to squeeze your booty. Many times dancers will keep, oh, there it is. Many times dancers are so engaged for so long that you forget you got to relax some of that out, right? As much as you are pulling up, sometimes you got to also release. And by sometimes, I mean, as much as you are pulling up, you should also be releasing, yeah? But we'll get into some exercises for the release as we keep going forward. Again, the outsides here, and this isn't like perfect anatomy. I'll try to make sure that we do some videos where you can see anatomy-wise, like where exactly you're rolling. So when I throw out these anatomical terms and things like that, you'll know where that's at in your body. But for now, that outside part of your glute, that glute minimus, that glute medius, spend some time there. Oh, yeah, buddy. Ooh. Oh, get into it. Oh, it's a good one. All right. Glutes are feeling good. Now I'm going a little bit more towards the glute max. That's the like cute part of your butt, right? Get up in there, give it some love. Make sure that all of that muscle, right, has freedom, ease, flow and connectivity to all of the muscles within your body, because you're going to use your entire body to produce some incredible art. Should probably do that without any tension, right? Yeah. Woo. Gorgeous. Now in this glute area, you will probably start to find your sits bones, that bony landmark at the bottom of your little Batinsky, as my movement teacher used to say. But when you feel that bony landmark, don't hang out there, right? Like, keep moving past that. The idea when you're doing your foam rolling is not to get onto the bone. You want to find the muscle. You want to find the fatty landmarks. You want to find the meat, honey. You want to get into where, you want to get into the muscle. To sum that up, and you want to get into those muscles. So again, you are finding ease, flow, and connectivity throughout your entire body. I've moved on towards my legs now, and I'm going to turn this back this way. I'm going to just keep turning all around here on the mat just so you can see as many different angles as possible. But I allow my leg to start turning out. I'm right here on the outsides of this yummy little quadricep. Hi, T-bends. Wow. So our first little resonant exercises start right about here for me. And I'm going to use the HM, that gorgeous, gorgeous HM. And I'm going to see if I can get any buzzing right up towards the fronts of my lips or the front of my mouth. And I do this mostly because my hamstrings are generally the tightest for me. And as I start to play with that, I can start to exercise my mouth as well. So I'm making funny little motions with my face as I do this. And genuinely, it helps release that big old knot that's right there in my hamstring all the time. It also reminds my body, particularly for musical theater performers, that I'm going to be singing and dancing simultaneously, which means I'm probably going to have to do somebody's batma, somebody's big jump, at the same time. So now my muscles are all starting to talk to each other. I'm starting to go into a little bit of a glissando, going up and down, or slides up and down, or sirens sometimes. Always making sure when you find that little knot, you stop and you give it some love. If you are like me, right behind the knee, right? Right behind the knee here, I always get a little bit more tension. This is also, too, when you go to bend your knee, you'll feel some bony landmarks here, right there on the side. Again, this is not an anatomy lesson, although I will put those videos up. But you'll start to feel some of that, you'll feel that bony landmark. Make sure that you are being mindful here as you roll out the backs of your legs. There we are. You can even hear the difference in my speaking voice, right? As I start to roll and make contact with my sound. I'm starting to feel more grounded. side. Now we're gonna try that opposite side. I'm gonna turn to this side so I can keep looking at your beautiful faces as we roll out. Now I'm gonna, since I've been doing the hums or the hums for resonance and making contact there, I'm gonna get my tongue moving as well. Oftentimes, rolling out these knots, honey. This is real. This is real life, okay? But oftentimes our tongue will want to revert or retreat backwards. So giving it a little bit of an exercise at the top of your warm-up, at the top of you making contact with your full instrument is a really great idea. And genuinely, a smart thing to do throughout the course of your day. These little voice exercises that we're doing, you can do this all day long, except for when you're on a vocal nap, at which point you should probably not do any of these things because you're taking a vocal nap. But I'm going to exercise my tongue here as I'm rolling out the inside of my leg on this side. And I'm putting the tip of my tongue into my cheek and making little circles. And then I'm going to go up towards my lip, down towards my chin, and to the other side. And what this does, it fatigues the tongue, so it just naturally falls forward. There are other ways that you can begin to teach your tongue to keep moving forward, but this is a great way, again, to make contact. The onset technique has everything to do with you making contact with yourself first, right? In both a low, moderate, and high intensity capacity. So where we are right now, we are in our low impact, right? Nothing too crazy, just seeing where we are for the day. Gonna go back to my tongue. You can do the tongue and find some resonant sounds here as well. I love doing them simultaneously because when I'm doing both my tongue as well as those hums, I can feel the buzz both on my tongue and through my mouth, which is really fantastic. So I know I'm getting in there good. All right, we're moving a little bit lower towards the calves. For my friends who are tappers, roll your calves out. Oh, so here, this is a really, really tender moment right here. Again, I like to run. And also, I'm always running around after my 4-year-old. Between my dog and my kiddo, like, I'm constantly running. But when I'm doing my running just for my own enjoyment, I notice a lot more tension within my calves. And again, if you are a tap dancer, a hoofer, right? If you are doing any type of percussive movement with your lower body, these calves can really get a beating. So give them some love. I'm lifting my hips off of the ground ever so slightly and gently rolling side to side. And wherever I feel those little moments, I find some flexion so that I can get as much range of motion to that little knot as humanly possible. What I notice when I go to teach in person is I will see someone foam rolling and they will, not only will I see the people moving quickly, but I'll see people just like staying in the same spot, but your body doesn't move that way, right? So play with the leg turning out, bringing it into the parallel, bringing it into a sickle or an inverted position because your body is making different, going into different planes at all times throughout the movement. So it's really, really good to make sure that you explore that. Backs of my legs are feeling pretty fantastic. I'm moving on over to that front side. Today, we are only going, when we come up to this upper body, because we've gotten the back side of our body, just know that we're going to spend a little bit more time on the forearm and not so much on the bicep, triceps, and our shoulders, although you can absolutely use your foam roller to roll out your upper body. We're not going to go there today, only because we are just making contact. We have a TheraBand to help us out there. Yeah? Here we go, friends. I'm going to start down low, actually. Still making some yummy voice resonance happen. So I went into all fours. If you're into yoga at all, you will notice that we will be using this position a lot. This is all fours, right? I'm going to take that foam roller, I'm going to put it right underneath my shin, just so I talked you through it. Hands are out in front of me. I'm going to flex through that back foot, lift my hips up ever so slightly, and I'm going to go nice and slow and gentle. There it is. Hi. Hi, little shin. So now for our vocal resonance, I'm going into a ha, H-U-H. Ha. Making silly faces now too. Beauts. Beauts. Be mindful here on the shins as well, because when you start to go on the inside, you'll feel more of that bony landmark on the outside of your shin is where you're going to find a little bit more muscle. But again, wherever you find bone, avert it. Go just away from it. Yeah, find the fleshy part, find the muscle again. Let's go on to our quads. I'm going to go into a forearm plank here, and my opposite leg is bent. You can also go into a bit of a lunge. So let me see if I can turn my body. Yeah, let's turn it this way now. So I have my leg slightly turned out. Some people like to do this way. I like to go into the forearm and then I roll from here. I'm going to go back to the side view just so you can see where I'm at and you can see me turning in and out. Yeah? All right, going in to those inner thighs. Whoa, right above the knee. Hello, God. Whoa, a little nut. That's a little nutty. Look at that knot. Oh, now we're just flexing through the foot. Oh, we're going into that parallel. Still finding vocal resonance. Ah. Turning it all the way out to the side. Hi, IT bands. Back to center. Sending it up a little bit closer towards my pelvis. There we go. I'm going to spend some time here. Yeah, buddy. Right there. Play with different pitches as you're here. Let's get that opposite side, shall we? Slow jam. Oh boy, I love it. So again, I just went into that all fours position. I flexed that back foot. I lifted my hips. I got right into my business here. Getting these shins taken care of. Shoulders are out of my ears. Always, always, always. When we start to get here, we know we're rounding through the spine, which means we're lifting our hips up. You may feel more pressure or more tension, which makes you want to retreat from it. Get up in there. You want to find ease, flow, and connectivity through your entire instrument so that you can have ease, flow, and connectivity when you are performing on stage, when you are rehearsing your work, when you are headed to work, yeah? Let's get these little legs. You may find little hiccups within your voice as you are playing there. Let it happen. Let it happen. You're making contact with yourself, yeah? Hi, who? So WHO is what I'm playing with. And I'm starting at the top and making my way on down. And then at the bottom of it, I come on back up with a hoop. W-H-O-O-P. I really want to misspell that today. Now what's gnarly about this, I'm playing with the different notes that I have. Again, be listening to your voice, play with your range. But because I'm doing this while I'm foam rolling, I'm reminding myself that I want ease, flow, and connectivity to be happening through my voice as much as I want it to be happening through my body, right? My voice is not detached from my body. All of it has to work in tandem. So I want to make sure that we are doing similar things as we will do once we hit the stage. I'm going to do that same who and hoop, but a little bit quieter, yeah? Let it go to a big place. Let's see how soft I can make that. Similar to my body, how much weight am I putting down into the foam roller versus how much weight am I lifting up when I feel those little knots? All right, let's get these forearms, friends, and then I think it's gonna be time to get ourselves really moving. So I'm gonna be here on all fours. Again, we are mostly focusing on our forearms, at which point I'm actually gonna turn it to the side a little bit. But I'm gonna keep the palms of my hands lifting up. Talk about a core exercise here as well. I'm getting the back sides of my arms. And based upon what you are feeling within your body, you can turn those palms over, hips go further back, turning them in just like you did with your legs. Only now you've got it going with your forearms as well. Yeah, friends. I got new rules, I got them. Now, I'm probably going to sing along with these songs and sing the wrong words. Don't judge me, okay? Don't at me. I know you be singing the wrong words too. Don't come for me. Gorgeous. When we finish through that forearm foam roll, I'm going to roll up through the spine one vertebrae at a time. I'm going to do the exact same thing when I come to standing. Hey, friends. It is time. Let's get on the floor.